If you saw the movie The Sting, starring Paul Newman and Robert Redford, you learned that experienced con men always assemble a team with certain specialized talents. In the scam where Trump plots to illegally hold on to the presidency, we know he met privately with Gorsuch, Kavanaugh, and Barrett. We also know that in order to ensure their placement on the Supreme Court, each had to lie and say Roe v. Wade was settled law. When Trump's plan to threaten Pence and then have his followers attack the Congress, resulting in deaths and destruction, failed, his Supreme Court co-conspirators gave him their specialized services. Only by overlooking the deaths and destroyed lives that Trump left in the wake of his failed insurrection attempt can you not see the conspiracy to create a dictatorship. Justices Thomas, Alito, Gorsuch, Kavanaugh, and Barrett each were aware that Trump had blood on his hands. Each of these justices knew that the 14th Amendment required the purging from government all those people who supported the insurrection. Each stood by and watched Trump announce a run for re-election. The opportunity to withdraw or not join the conspiracy arose when the Colorado appeal came before the court. The Supreme Court members myopically decided that one state should not have the sole power to keep Trump off the ballot. Trump's co-conspirators could have declared that all states were required to comply with the purging requirement of the 14th Amendment, yet they chose not to. Instead, they announced that Section 5 of the 14th Amendment dictated that Congress decides who must be expelled from government service. Section 5 is a simple boilerplate statement that says Congress shall have power to enforce this article by appropriate legislation. I say this is boilerplate because this exact statement appears in Amendments 13, 15, 18, and 19. Besides the fact that every student of the law knows there is a distinct legal difference between an amendment and an article, it would be a ridiculous interpretation that Congress has the power to enforce these amendments, especially to the exclusion of the executive and judicial branches of government. For example, the 13th Amendment abolishing slavery contains this language. It is absurd to believe that if you are being held in slavery, you must appeal to your senator for freedom instead of calling the police and having your enslaver imprisoned by a court. So the disingenuousness of these justices could be considered evidence of their participation in a conspiracy to form a dictatorship. Combine that with their extraordinary decision to abandon the rule that no man is above the law, delivered in the context of Trump's conduct, and the evidence approaches overwhelming that they are co-conspirators. It's no wonder Trump enthusiastically thanked Thomas just before his speech. Any effort by these justices to curtail the enforcement of the 14th Amendment and stop the lower courts from declaring Trump an illegitimate president would be absolutely conclusive that they are co-conspirators.